Testing, testing, one, two, three. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another showing of the Midnight Broadcast Network on YouTube. My name is Slay Graven. Today we have the California 200 at Auto Club Speedway for the Speedway Collective Truck Series. I'm here today with Runner Rhodes once again, and a new, commentator, if you will, Will Mosley from the back. Will, you are very fond, as I know, of the big tracks, Auto Clubs of Michigan's. What do you expect to see in tonight's race?
Well, let's clarify one thing, Slade. I've commentated way more races than you, so let's get that straight right out of the gate. But here at Auto Club, man, this is gonna be exciting. This is 2-3 wide, and you can be clean as you're doing it. It's gonna be a fun race, man. A lot of bottom feeding.
There's one thing, the Auto Club, when you come here, the bottom is, if you're single file, the bottom's going to be preferred, but if you can get a line going to the top side, I do think it can happen. That's what I saw in the Cup race. There was usually, say, 5-6 cars on the top, 2 on the bottom. When you get that run off each corner, the top side will prevail. So it should be exciting. Runner is in the booth with me once again. Runner, as the National Series race was here Monday night, it was a crazy race to say the least. What do you think we will see tonight?
I think, like from the back said, we're going to see a lot of bottom feeding from a lot of these guys. I think you'll see some of the guys with a little bit more experience run maybe a second lane up, and you'll see them use that to get around some of those guys that are bottom feeding. So it's going to be interesting. I think they're going to mix it up quite a bit, but I think those more experienced guys might use that top side to really create something at the end. So we'll see what happens, I guess.
Yeah, Auto Club is a very fun track. I really like it. That's why I chose Race Cup Race Tuesday. This should be an exciting one. The Cup race was fantastic for the first 80 laps of the 100. Got crazy for the last 20. Saw guys who were running top 5 the entire race finish outside the top 10. So we're hoping to have that in the Truck Series, as hoping to see the guys who were the fastest and most consistent on race be there at the end. But before we get going here, invites should be rolling out here for the California 200.
Anything?
Sorry, we were getting invites going here, gentlemen.
How aggressive you think these guys are going to get tonight, Slay? What are you looking to see the most out of these cats here?
I think it depends where they're at, if I'm being honest, because we got a short order here. A surprise pole setter, if you will. We have guys who are usually up front. They qualified in the back of these 14 drivers, so I think there's going to be a few guys being aggressive. Blue Jimmy Fan, one of the more aggressive drivers in the field, made his first start last week in Atlanta, had a lot of speed, showed his aggression, and I think he'll bring that same thing, same intensity to Auto Club, as it is a lot more intense than Atlanta. But because Atlanta is kind of more of a bottom feeder track than Auto Club. We're going to get to the lobby here in a second. Sorry for the blue screen. They cannot hear y'all too at the moment. Yeah, I'm sending y'all an invite. Sorry, once again, you can't hear him because I'm still on blue screen because we're trying to wait for this invite. But as Runner just said, we've had one driver win 2 races, and we're going into race 3, and it's been barrenating the 2 truck. So look for him to be strong once again tonight. Okay, we're good to join. Invites are coming for you guys.
Thank you, Graven.
Oh, they are already a lap in. So that's my apologies for. Make sure Runner, I don't know if I told you, make sure priority is set to allow. Alright, I'm sending y'all several invites in case y'all lag out.
Yeah, sure.
Yep, I'm loading in now, so hopefully we can get some coverage going here.
Go ahead and send me an extra invite, just in case.
So who did, while we're waiting, who did from the back take for the winner tonight?
I haven't took anybody yet.
Oh, you haven't taken anybody?
No, I want to get in there and see the drivers.
All right.
We're gonna go to our starter here real quick, because we might be out of time to do that. Actually, we're actually kind of our, but as you can see, the starter here on pole, Vega Twister in the 75. Your surprise pole sitter, Blue Jimmy Fan in a custom 33 in second. In 2 weeks in a row, winner Baronate, he's starting P5. So we'll see what goes here. At the end of the restart zone, we're underway at Auto Club. And while they're going under the first lap of racing, we'll go ahead. You look to the field. Who is your pick to win?
Right now I'm picking Auto Club Gander Truck Outdoor Series Sled. Give me a second.
Gotcha.
But I will state that this is one suspect track. This is a good track that you get to see how clean these guys actually are. This is a very easy track to hold that gas pedal wide open, stick it deep inside of somebody, and door them up the track. So we're going to be looking, keeping our eyes on who's doing all of that aggressiveness. And, yeah, but this can be a good race.
Yeah, well, and as you said that, I saw Baronate drive down deep into 3, he held his line, and then took 3rd place from MJO. So, as you said it, he did it.
Well, no, that's one thing. But what I'm speaking on is these guys that drive it deep in there and actually use 8 tires instead of 4 to get around the corner. That's what I'm talking about.
Gotcha.
As we go through a lap of racing, Vega keeps the lead, Blue Jimmy Fan second, Baronate third, Mateo fourth, and I believe that's Chad in the 32. Is it? No, Wade in the 33. He's up to P4 as Baronate, little contact with the 36. They're having a good battle for the second position going on, but Blue Jimmy should get the run being on the top side, and as the leader goes to the bottom, I stand corrected.
And then you got about, at the end of this lead pack, you got a 4-car pack. If I'm them, I want to line up here and catch those front guys. But we're 3 wide around turn 2, so we were 3 wide.
Vega looks a little loose coming off of 2. See how many laps that thing holds up, stepping out on him like that. You see a lot of guys loosen these things up for speed, but they get about 7 to 8 laps on them, and they turn into a handful. So
Blue Jimmy had some contact with the outside wall, gets back down in position as Baronate looking for the lead after starting P5. And I believe the inside line is going to triumph here as 33 of Wade pushing the 75 of Vega way out there.
That two truck goes way out there. He's wall riding in that top side.
Yeah, he likes it out there.
He touched every piece of that track all the way around it. Oh, he gets it sideways to 33. They're fighting Twisted Vega coming down for the lead.
Yep, and Baronate going to hug the door, try and side draft the 75. And he has nobody to help him.
If he got one car out there, or one truck out there with him, he could make this pass for the lead. And there goes Kill It up there with him. So, yep, he gets behind him. Let's see what they do here.
Yep, Jason has just, one car out of control here, 32. That is Chad. He saves it, though, and falls with the rear end of this pack. But what I was about to say is Jason and Baronate have been the 2 trucks to dominate the series, as Jason is a full-timer in the MBN National Series as well, our Xfinity Series, and runs here full-time as well. So it's interesting to see the competition for these guys that line up for the average Xfinity driver, if you will. As we're 3 wide for second, Vega on the outside, Baronate in the middle, Blue Jimmy on the inside. And Wade's going to take the lead.
Wide.
We're 3 by 3 behind the leader.
4 wide, 5 wide right now. Get out of here.
3 wide going into turn 1.
Deep.
Well, now we're 4 wide. Jason wants to put it, almost 4 wide. As KY
and that cost? I was going to say that cost the 2 and the 75. They went from 1st and 2nd to about 5th and 7th. So
that's the beauty of this place, man. You can really line up. You can get, it doesn't matter if you're on the top or the bottom. Air is king. So as long as you got a good draft, a good run, keep your momentum up, you can really get racy as these guys are doing. They look like they're keeping it pretty clean for the most part as the 13 pushes.
One truck got loose off of turn 2, cut back into the 13. That collects somebody. That was the 33 of Wade got loose, and he is around.
Yep, he is around. I believe it was the 19. The 19 was mowing the grass for a little bit, but he brought it back up on the track. He's now.
Well, we're still green, so.
Yeah, he's in the 9th position now, MJO. So that hurt him a little bit.
Yeah, 33
went completely around.
Yeah, he got loose off of turn 4, went back into the, I believe it was the 13 of Motorsport, and that collected the 19, excuse me. of
I think it all
Mateo.
started with a 13 going up the track, going down into the turn. I think that's what started that whole incident there.
He's been leading for 2 laps now, but as the new leader, Blue Jimmy fan, looking to make something happen today in the 36 truck custom car. He was in a blue and yellow truck last week.
Oh, the 2 truck on the apron.
2 truck goes way down low. Past 36. These guys have been very competitive today. 20 of KY Colonel, 13 of Motorsport Games. These guys have been very nice in the point standings. This KY actually third in the standings going into tonight's race, so he's looking to add to that. And he's sitting P3 right now.
Yeah, these guys are really racy here early. We're starting to see some of these custom setups starting to fall off a little bit. You're going to see some comers and some goers here at late green run.
As I was about to say, Will, is we are now on lap 10 of 14 for stage 1, 5 laps to go in the stage. You may see some guys fall back who've been up front or some guys in the back come through as Baronate dive bombs the corner, and he barely clears the 36. What a move.
36 gets back up under.
Yep, crossover as these guys have been battling all race. This Blue Jimmy fan looking for the lead again. And let's see what happens.
13 goes with him. He's got to
go with him.
Let's see if that 13 or that 20 truck will line up behind that 2. No, the 2, he keeps that thing wound up, man. That's what I'm talking about at the top. If the 20 will go with him, they might have a race to the line here. Next couple laps.
Coming to 4 to go as it's 2 on the top, 3 on the bottom. Only a 5-car pack now, which if you're thinking about this from the long view, you think, hey, these 5, they've kind of locked themselves some stage points because if you know the MBN point system, the top 5 do get stage points. So if these guys want to just be like, hey, I just want to get some points, they could single file up and guarantee themselves a top 5 stage finish and some points. But they're 3 wide back there for third. And I believe that is Motorsport, Jason, and KY. And once again, the 2 truck to the apron. And let's see what he's able to do with the 36. Has to check up, doesn't get into him, and 36 is going to get thrown off the top. He keeps the lead, coming to 3 to go.
I'm seeing an ongoing trend here, though. That 2 truck don't get many helpers at all when he jumps up there onto the top. I think these guys are tired of that 2 truck winning, so look for them to keep hanging him out to dry all night.
That is true. As you said, the Baronate has a huge points lead over the rest of the field. As 1 truck loose off the corner, 32 of Chad. He saves it, brings it back up to the track. But as I was saying, Baronate has a huge points lead. A small points lead over the 99 of Jason, but then it's pretty big over everybody else. So, you know, every single truck, maybe other than Jason, is looking to shuffle up this 2 truck, Baronate, who's been dominant whenever they can.
Yeah, and as you're saying that, the 20 truck got a nice run off through the middle of the corner. He gained a little on the 2, lost it coming off. Looks like the 2 just had better drive off on that high side.
Now have 2 to go in stage 1. Blue Jimmy fan, 36, leading the field, been leading the past 6 or 7 laps. Baronate's been trying to get under him, and he's looking to do it again with KY Colonel in 3rd, Jason 4th, and Motorsport Games, who finished 3rd last week, is looking for 5th. And, Blue Jimmy with a block, 2 was looking low. And they're still side-by-side in turn 3 as Baronate does not give the 36 much room. They make contact.
Yeah, that 36, man, that thing, the car's quick, truck's quick.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, man. They were smothering each other right there. But I think that 36 is a sitting duck right now. That 98 machine, he looks poised to come up there and do something here in this last lap. We on the last lap yet?
1 to go in stage 1. And it's Blue Jimmy fan at 36, leading him right now on the outside. He might have the run the 2 of Baronate. And Jason is in 3rd. Who will he help? Because that might be the sign of factors. There's door banging down the back stretch and into turn 3.
Oh, the 13 and the 22, I believe.
Huge wreck, and that might end the stage.
Oh, we got Baronade inside taking the lead for 36.
Baronade got the lead.
And I don't think Blue Jimmy will be able to do much.
They have nothing for him.
And coming off of turn 4, Baronate wins the stage with Blue Jimmy fan in 2nd as we're getting the finishing order here.
I didn't get the numbers of them trucks that went shooting across my screen so fast, but that stacked the back of the field up from 5th on back, 6th on back.
So we have Baronet getting the stage win, 5 points in a playoff point. Blue Jimmy fan, 36 truck in 2nd. KY Colonel in the 20 gets 3rd. Kilt like Jason in the 99 gets 4th. And Mateo in the 19 closes out your top 5 for the stage. We did see the 13 truck. That was Motorsport going around on the back stretch. Looked like he might have collected a 54 of Joko. And that caused those guys to wreck. But one guy we saw, Vega, remember, he started on pole, led some laps.
Yep.
He dropped back to the 12th position.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you at the beginning of this race. We're going to see some of these guys, these hot setups, come up here and run strong, but loosen them up a little bit, and they're going to lose that right rear coming off.
Did Pro Ripper not pit because he's in the pole position right now?
He might have taken two.
No, I've raced with Paul Ripper before. He probably, just because of that other caution, he's got weird strategy that he practices quite often. So look for him to be dropping like a rock here in the next few laps.
Yep, as Blue Jimmy Fan already all over the bumper, 20 in the 2 truck, as he has a nose, Blue Jimmy Fan to the inside, getting pushed by the 20 of KY Colonel, and they are, he gets into the 36, and that's going to check up the rest of the field.
4 wide, 5 wide.
5 wide, Blue Jimmy Fan is getting the worst part of this.
Wow, I can't believe they didn't wreck.
That's what you get right there when you have guys that pull that.
Oh, Ripper is around 75 involved.
And it looks like nope, we're still green.
Only a 2-car incident. Pro Ripper does head down pit road, and that was unfortunate. A crazy turn of events, but obviously not what the 98 wanted.
Yeah, he was out there with his chest out, starting on the pole there.
Look at this battle up front. They are racing crazy. I'm over the 34 Fireman, and he is sending it through the middle, 3 wide, 3 by 3 by 3, 9 cars deep, and. Some contact, 34 in the 20.
We got one on the apron. Watch him. He might wash up there.
There's Blue Jimmy in the 36.
Back clean.
We got guys on the apron. Guys
2 trucks, 34
I
saves
can't
it.
believe nobody's calling the ambulance yet.
Did you see that 34 car come off turn 4?
He was loose.
Holy crap. Man.
The 20 moves the 19 out. Now you're going to see some of these guys that was up a little further in the pack. Now they're back in the back. As we got a new leader with the 99 up there running out strong. But let's see how aggressive this 20 and this 33 are trying to make it back up through this pack.
Yep, 99 and Jason, your new leader with Baronet in second, very close by. As Jason was leading his first laps of the day right now. As one truck in the grass, Blue Jimmy Fan.
Yeah, it looks like he just lost it on the apron there and put it in the grass, kept it off the field, and he's on his way now. He's behind the 3 truck.
Now, if you're one of these guys, one of these front 2 right here, with that little bit of distance and maybe a truck that doesn't have the speed quite yet, I would be trying to get up behind that 2 and work with him and let them race it out and see if we can't make a little bit of separation here.
These guys, 34 in the wall.
99 wants to lead. He's going to go underneath Baronet going into turn 3.
I'm telling you, they're tired of that 2 truck winning. As he pulls the crossover and runs it in deep, is he going to push him up? Nope.
And he clears him. Baronet to the lead once again.
Yeah, these guys are giving it everything that little truck's got. Now, I say about driving these trucks, man, it's like driving a brick around the track, but these trucks are
one truck gets pushed into the pack. Look at the 32 got in the back of the 54.
The 98
we got a car on the wall.
Way back. The 99 gets fished out. Oh, man, look how far he got. Back in 7th now?
Look at the 32 moved the 54 up the track, and that collected no wreck, but it did get a lot of cars moving to the back. As we did see the 54 of Easy E also went around in turn 1.
The 99 was the big loser in that deal there. As he was battling for the lead. Now he's back in the swamp.
Yes, he is. He's back with everybody here as 3 wide once again. These guys are giving it all they have, and it's just 32 cuts off the 99, and then he almost wrecked him. Not sure what the 99 and 32 got going on, but there might be some bad blood there as the 32 has...
The 20 and the 99 are 3 wide coming off 2, and it looks like the 20 just kind of got into the 32 into the wall a little bit.
They all save it, though. They're keeping them pointed the right way as they're getting a big run coming down that back stretch.
Yep, 99 is tried to be calmly in the 4th position now as moved into second. Wade, who went around...
Say, that 33's got himself a little hot rod.
Yeah, Wade, after wrecking off the turn 4 in stage 1, going back to the 13th position, has moved his way up into second. And is trying to get on the rear end of Baronet with Joko and Jason. Them trying to work together. Joko looking for a good day today, as these 4 trucks have looked to pull away.
And that's a great turnaround for Joko because he finished dead last in stage 1. I guess something happened early on, finished last. It's good to see him up in the top 3. As their 33 is going to make a move for the lead here on the 2.
Yeah, way down low, almost on the white line, looking to make a move on the
Wasted
2 truck.
no time. Wasted no time at all taking a swing at that bat.
Oh, Barrett looking to side draft, a little contact, and this is what the 54 and the 99 want to see, is they're being able to get the draft with 5 to go in stage 2.
Yeah, man. Definitely not. Oh, we got a 13 truck getting loose again coming across the field. You might want to put a couple pieces of wings in the back of that machine, keep that thing pointed the right direction. But yeah, killer like Jason, man, he looks to be that's who I'm gonna take for the win tonight.
Yeah, Jason always strong in these truck races. He said motorsport games a little loose off the corner. As they're still side by side with the lead for 4 to go in stage 2. Baronet on the outside, Wade on the inside. And he dives down low. 33 hit the apron. And he's going to pinch him down. 33 not giving an inch. As he's going to keep the lead and clear him off of turn 2. But here comes Jason, Jocko. I believe they're also bringing Mateo and KY with them. So there's about to be a full pack here in a second. As Baronet down low once again. 33 not giving him much room. And he's going to pinch him off and will continue to do so. At 33 wide for the lead now.
Oh, man, they're 3 wide. Yeah, but you can't expect nothing with a 33. If that 2 truck just drives it off in there and pushes him up the track, he can't get mad about that because he is not giving him an inch of room at all.
No, as Jason moves at the track, overdrove the corner, that's going to put himself on the outside. 3 wide with other trucks. Baronet back to the lead. Here comes Jocko in the 54 on the inside, looking for second. Oh, 33 cuts him off.
Short move.
That's right, and he's going to go low, and Baronet's going to pinch 33 like he pinched him. And we're going to see if he has any help, as it's a 6-truck battle for the stage 2 finish.
Yeah, you really don't like to see all that invasive maneuvers up front of the pack. So far, they've made it work. Those guys are checking up for him. But I've already seen a few different instances where that 33 could have been put over the wall.
Yeah, if I was Baronet, I would be, or the 54, I'd be a little, not really upset, but like kind of, come on, really, kind of that kind of thing. We're getting close with 2 to go in stage 2. Waits on the inside, help from Jason and KY. Baronet going to pinch him down once again, and we're going to see who has help where as Baronet moves up the track.
The best right now. He's got the 20 in tow. See if these guys can get some momentum. Take those things 1 and 2 up here. The 33 almost hits the grass, putting another block. The 98's got the inside. Let's see what happens here.
And he has the inside on 33, pinched up, and 33 is going to go around.
And that right there, that wasn't racing. That was the 33 just trying to block. And I mean, that's bringing out a caution, man. You gotta let guys race, Wade.
And with that, Jocko gets the stage a win with Mateo in second. And we're trying to get the rest of the order here. As Mateo got second, Kilt Like Jason 99 third. Blue Jimmy Fan, who was riding in the 9th position, was able to drive through the wreck. He gets 4th, and KY Colonel in the 20 gets 5th. And as you saw there, Wade cut off the 99. 99 still got 3rd. Wade outside the top 5, lost him some stage points there. And Baronet did not get any there with a 6th place finish. As runner, I don't know if you could go into the Discord. Actually, I'll go to the Discord real quick. Let me see. Main broadcaster break. I'll be right back. My 2 co-casters will handle me.
All right, we're gonna stack this field up here, coming into stage 3 for the final stage. We're gonna see these guys as racy as they was the whole complete race, or you're gonna see some guys laying back, trying to save, just trying to stop, have a 1 pit stage here. As the 99 down on the inside with the 54.
Yep, that's Joko. He's going to take the lead here coming off turn 2 with 99 behind him. It looks like 99 got a real good run down there.
Yeah, that 99 ain't wasting no time, man. He wants to put that thing up front. I don't blame him. As much as these guys have been 3, 4, 5 wide, dooring each other, as what just happened right there.
Yep.
You wanna stay in front of all this mess right here. I promise. They're still 4 wide, but they're making it work. I mean, this is a very racy track, and I remember when actually me, you, Slade, and a lot of other guys raced here in the trucks, and we had a blast.
Oh, we had such a blast. I believe it was the all-star race for another league that we were in, and man, that was one of the second times I've ever raced with y'all here at California. Man, we were just duking it out. It was so much fun. So yeah, this track
Same
is.
thing these guys are. So a little bit cleaner than what we did. But these are our guys. We don't have a developmental series around our league, so these guys are, they're looking to get an Xfinity ride or a try a week or two up there. So these guys have got a lot to prove here. If they can calm down.
They are doing a pretty good job of it. Like you said, if they calm down a little more, I think we'd be a little better off there, especially with the end of the stage there. I think it could have been a good battle. But, I mean, for the most part, I mean, it's been real good racing today, and they're holding their line. They're making some evasive maneuvers, which you don't always like to see, but so far, only one caution. So,
what helps me on tracks like this right here is knowing that I can check up. I can let off that gas pedal. I can fall back to 6th, 7th place, and it's going to be all right. Next 3, 4 laps, you're going to be right back up front battling. So some of these guys just need to just get a little bit more patience with them, and just remember how fast they're coming back up through here, and give a little bit more room and make the race a little bit better.
Agreed. And as we were saying that, it looked like the whole field singled out on the bottom.
Yeah, Jason is back to the lead as we've seen, as I am back now. Jocko riding that inside line is trying to lead it. Your stage 2 winner. That is his first playoff points of the season. As we go through the field here, One Truck Pro Ripper has lost the draft all by himself as he's now in turn 3. There's a 2-truck pack coming out of 4 just now, and that appears to be 3 of Tornado.
Who's in the 19, Slade?
That is Mateo in the 99. Or the 19, you mean.
The 33 and the 19, they are battling it out back here. I don't know if they're mad at each other or what's going on, but they was wrestling, as you've seen there at the back of the pack because of it.
These guys are both very quick, so that's the way my headset's going out, which is quite unfortunate. Try to fix this, guys. Give me a second.
To be honest with you, it looks like any truck here tonight could win this race, possibly the way they're 3, 4 wide. It's just battle of track position.
Right, yeah, and I probably should have done this in stage 2, but I'm gonna do it now. I'm gonna take my pick for the winner here. I'm gonna go Kill It Like Jason. Or did you take him, Will? Oh, you picked him. Oh, dang it! I'm gonna take Joko then. That truck looks strong. He came all the way back from the back of the pack, and he's been hanging tight up there in the top 5. So I'm gonna go with Joko.
I hate to rain your pick parade, but we are just battling through the field here. 3 wide for a lot of this pack.
32 goes for the lead for the first time today.
2 truck.
Oh, we're 4 wide.
4 wide. Fireman, Vega, Marinate, Jason.
20 car breaks away. 20 truck breaks away from the madness as he's got them stacked up. 5 wide salute coming down the front stretch here.
The KY Colonel said, "See ya." Have fun with that.
As we're on board in the back here, we're on board with I believe this is let me get a double check here. The 11th place truck, Blue Jimmy fan. He's sitting back here with a bunch of fast trucks. Oh, it's a couple trucks in the wall. The 2 in the wall, 19, 99, 36, they all go around, head on to the outside wall.
Somebody call his mama.
And 3 truck wreck, no caution?
That's got to be a caution, guys. That has got to be a caution. It looks like we're staying green, though.
We are staying green, it seems.
That is horrible, but this game at times will do that in the 3rd stage. That's why it's important to try to keep your nose out of that type of stuff.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That just took out a lot of really, really strong contenders here unless we get another caution. If this thing goes green, I don't know if it's looking too good for some of those guys who were involved in that.
You guys, my headset keeps cutting in and out, so the broadcast might be struggling to hear you guys at the moment. But as we said, a lot of good trucks just got taken out there. And unfortunate for the caution not to come out. It's weird. There's a 3-truck wreck. Which I'm trying to work with the driver at the moment to see if we can work out a manual caution for that huge wreck. Because it's 4 cars pretty much.
Have you been in Discord?
We're gonna look, yeah.
If any of you guys are listening to the broadcast, caution.
And we're still battling hard for the lead, though. Yeah. I know we're trying to get the yellow here, but they aren't wasting any time trying to get back up front. 32 dives in on the 20, and then the 75
is returning back to the party up here tonight. As
yes,
you know, he started on the pole, had a strong truck for the first 5-7 laps of the event.
Yeah, and he is all over Chad's bumper right now, pushing Chad out in turn 1.
Yeah, and Chad actually got his first league win a couple weeks ago. I think it might have been last week at Dega. And this might be his speed right here, because it feels kind of like a Dega when you're in one of these trucks here. As him and Twisted do a lot of laps together, so you might see these guys work together and try to run off. As the 34 he's gonna deny anything. He will stick his nose in there and get a piece of that. Drives it hard up into the 32.
We're 3 wide off 4.
As the 20 car is looking to take back the lead, as the 34, little mishap by the 34, but he stays in line. No harm, no foul. Everybody's still going.
Yeah, they're hooking that bottom line too. And as they're battling the 13 and Joko and the 54,
pack.
Yep, they caught right
back up.
Yep.
And you'll see that's what I was speaking on a little bit earlier. These trucks punch a big hole in the air, so as long as you can line up behind something, you're pretty much in a slipstream, and you can actually get a lot of momentum, a lot of track position at this track very fast.
100%. This track is so draft dependent, and I don't know if you saw that, Will, but the 13 looked like he drove in a little hard in the 3, and coming out of 4 just clipped the 75.
20 got into the 34.
Yeah, they're
these guys are payback racing right now. They took what they've learned from stage 1 and stage 2, and they're making use of all those memories right now. As you see them just dooring each other left and right.
Yeah, they're not
allowed this truck to break away, and it's not much of a pack racing anymore.
All the give and take, it's all take now as we wind down stage 3.
As we're still on our 7th lap of this caution, late here in stage 3.
Yeah, hopefully we can get these boys corralled and get so Vega is slowing down. It looks like the word has been sent. It looks like we're going to be under caution here, a manual caution. And
I'm glad because the 33 just spun 34 out. I don't know what that was about, but maybe the 34 wasn't slowing down for the caution. So look for the 34 to be coming up in here for some revenge, trying to get his position back in front of the 33.
Yeah, and it looks like he took his position back.
Well, he's able to get that position back because he got dumped after the caution had came out. But these guys look like they're not settling for who was where. So,
I mean, wherever they cross the line, these guys, they're like, we're 3 wide per second under caution.
Throwing each other. What are you guys? Get in line. It ain't that important. This is a draft track.
Yeah, and you're going to take, hopefully you guys pit here. So
you got the 33 going across the grass. I guess he just gave it up. You got the 32, not elected to go down pit road. Oh, late off the pit road. Whoa. He faked himself out. He went from 1st to 3rd.
Yeah,
wow. The 33 truck come down pit road.
I've never seen yellow flag or pit stops like that. So
looked like these guys couldn't decide who was in the lead and who was in second place. Nobody was going to give an inch there, but it's a draft track. When one position doesn't really matter, you're bunching the field up. Everybody's getting fresh tires, enough fuel to make it to the end here. This is the last adjustment that they're going to be able to make on these trucks tonight. Not unless we have another caution, but this is a good time right here to go ahead and take a little bit of wedge out of it, take enough fuel to get to the end, 4 fresh tires, lick the stamp.
Yup. I couldn't agree more, and I think the 20 car wins the battle off pit road with the 34 following. And then we got the 13, the third. I couldn't see that number. Hold on, let me.
It's a 13 to 32. 13 the 30. The 34 the 20. 13 the 32. 75 2. 54 19. 36 and the 3. And I believe behind that we have the 33 of Wade.
Yep, you're correct. Yeah, all right, so we're going to have the fireman take us to green here with the KY Colonel on the outside. And we'll see if the guys behind them give them a shove through the line in a turn one here.
Yeah, now this is where you want to see them not door each other at all. You want to see some very clean checking up. A lot of guys don't realize the more you check up when you're in this draft, it could actually put you in a way better position than gassing it out and just hoping it sticks. So
yeah, if you can kind of create that bubble, if you will, behind and in front of you with the guys you're drafting with, you can go a lot faster than if you're just jamming into each other and hitting each other and whatnot. But here we go as we go green here. Yeah, agreed. Yep, exactly. Yeah, because sometimes, especially in Heat 4, you bump draft someone, but the next guy behind you gets around, he hits you. Next thing you know, you're all swirly going in, and you're just losing time.
Accordion effect, yeah.
Yep.
All right, I was able to work that out.
Oh, you're such the man, P1.
Thank you. But anyway, KY was
Did you tell him to go 3 wide?
I did not, but there was a lot of confusion. There was a group of guys who were not able to hear the Discord when we were calling it, so they went 44. And so we had to work all that out. But nonetheless, KY Colonel does take the lead with Fireman in second and Motorsport in third. As the guys you expect to be up front, they should be up here very soon. As Blue Jimmy, guys like him, Jason, Baronate, they should be up here very soon.
34 sends it in.
Yeah. Oh,
32
man,
dove bombing in there in the 2 truck. And that's going to move the 2 truck out of the way and set on the rest of that pack. And I know the 2 truck is not happy at the moment with a decent amount of people. So we'll see how he reacts to that.
34 truck looks like he's going to jump down the inside. 20 truck took his nose slap off of it. But no harm, no foul. That's part of racing. That was a good block.
Yep,
yeah, and that 20 truck is hooked up too. That seems fast.
He's been up there all night battling it out. Top 3, top 4.
Yep, Fireman looking at the inside.
Truck.
34 truck. He looks like he might have some help with the 2. 13 trying to push the 20. And we'll see what Baronate does here as he's going to go high. It appears
it
so,
looks
yes.
Like they're going to stick that 34 truck out to dry down there on the bottom is what it looks like.
Some guys might not be happy.
That 34 car's got himself a piece too. He's been up there.
He has. It looks like, is it a 4? Oh, I was going to say, is it a 4 truck breakaway? But no, the whole pack's here. And they were 3 wide for a second.
Yeah, that 20 truck's been about the only truck that's been able to stay up front, keep his momentum, run a clean line, and be able to keep that thing up front here. I think he's led the most laps.
And here comes Baronate. He's coming.
That 2 truck ain't never too far, that's for sure.
That's exactly. Yeah, he looked low. He said, fine, you want to block low? I'm going to go up on top of you and just try to drive around you.
As they're bumping and banging for the first spot, Fireman does get around as he's going to block the 2. The 2 looked like he had a nose under him. And he has a lot of help. 34 keeps the lead, though.
Yeah, they're going to come into turn 1 wide open, 4 wide. Yep. Yeah. There it is. 33 sent it in there.
Too hard.
I believe the 52 got a 33 because the 52 was on
and
their
we're 3
door.
wide for the lead as they come off turn 2, and the 2's got a nice run on the 34. The 32 drops back just a smidge, and then the 34 stuck on the outside. The 2's going to take him down into turn 3 here with the lead.
Out of all this, I know it's kind of, he was in the back of the pack. He lost the draft. I was about to say there's a group of guys who have lost the draft, and they need a caution to get back in this. But that contact just saved at 36, the Blue Jimmy. He has now rejoined the pack. and is looking to contend for the win. But as I was about to
Where's
say,
Killer like Jason? Has he been able to join back the pack yet?
the nine. I was
looks
about
like
to
he
say
lost the
this:
draft.
the
33
98.
sticks it in there again.
Yeah, the
He goes up the
99's rounding out the pack, I believe.
Woo! Getting loose coming off the corner, guys.
With
Oh,
the
one
3.
truck stolen off the pack, and that is the 32 of Chad.
So I believe Pro Ripper rounds out the field, and right in front of him, well, not right in front of him, about a turn ahead of him, we have Jason back there with Tornado. Seems like they have fallen off the draft just a little bit.
Motorsport Games got pushed up the pack a little bit there as he's trying to regain the draft fall, Blue Jimmy fan. But once again, Baronate takes the lead and gets up to a commanding lead as we now have, with that 17 laps to go here in the final stage.
That's the thing with the draft here too. You know, it's very easy to stay in it, but if you're not paying attention and you know you make one wrong move, they'll drive away from you pretty quick. You really got to pay attention to what line's moving and when, and who's stacking up and whatnot, because you know the 13 was just up there in the top 3, and now he's hanging on to the tail end of this pack. So it happens.
Well, I know one thing. If I'm in the 2 truck, I'm looking at my mirror and I'm loving every single lap of this right here. As these guys are 2-3 wide behind him, battling it out, and they're just letting him walk away. What you'd like to see is these top 3-4 trucks that's right here together in this gaggle line up, make a move up towards the leader, and get that pack back racing again. They're not going to do it side by side, that's for sure.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to line up here. They definitely got to stop overdriving the corners.
I think they might be listening to me. What do you think?
Maybe I think someone's listening to the stream, because you were talking about, you know, getting in line and calming down, and the whole field was in line.
75. Yeah, but they made up about a second of time right there as they're losing it right now, side by side racing.
And we're just under 15 to go, correct, Slade?
We now have I believe we now have 15 to go.
Okay, so yeah, it's
next couple laps, they pit, they can make it to the end. So,
yeah, Blue Jimmy fan has 10 laps of fuel left, so these guys will need to pit, but 2 tire stops could happen. Potentially a no tire stop. It's all about strategy and when they play it. These are still battling though, as Baronate got up to a commanding lead.
Oh, you got guy? No, I thought we were diving on pit road, and I was just gonna say that, Slade. You know, I'm going crazy over here right now because we got a leader pulling away, and we got 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 3 wide in turn 3.
It's killing me, man. I can't handle it.
Come on, guys, line up, man. Catch that 2 car.
He's cashing that check already. He's already won his 3rd one here, guys. These guys better straighten up, line up, and put some speed in them things. Maybe some of them have a good stop, maybe a little bit of strategy to help them get out in front of that 2. But right now, it's the 2's race to lose. You see him stretching them out.
That 2 car is hooked up and on a rail at this point.
And I think his lead is stretched even further than it was, as we have a 3 truck pack that has lost the draft. Blue Jimmy fan, Easy E, and Motorsport Games, who were 3 wide for a split second, but these guys have gotten back together as Tornado in the 3 truck just behind them, with Jason, Pro Ripper all by himself. Potentially, in a few laps, we could see him a lap down. But a 2 truck pack that has lost the draft is the 99 of Jason, and it might just be Jason.
Yeah, Jason was riding with the 3, and it seems like he's fallen off him as well, which is, you know,
if I'm being honest, these guys will be about, as of now, and this is with no saving, these guys are about 3 laps short on fuel. So Jason, as I'm looking at the Blue Jimmy fan onboard, he is also saving gas. So this could potentially come down to a fuel mileage race, guys.
Wow.
Yeah, I just don't see anyone saving 3 to 4 laps here.
Oh, one truck around on the back stretch. That is I believe that is the 54? 52 of Easy E, excuse me. 52 of Easy E goes around for the 2nd time today. Oh, that's a bummer. We're going to go with a little crank it up here, but not in the way you're thinking. We're on board with the 99 of Jason right here, and if you listen, his RPMs sound very, very low at the moment. So he has got to be saving gas. So Watch out for the
He may have
99.
been saving. He may have been saving early, because if you remember, he got in that incident earlier where he got doored and sent up to the outside wall, almost got knocked in space, and he's probably been saving since then. So
Yeah, I was gonna say when we had right after that last yellow, the 99 fell way back with the 3, and with about 17 to 20 laps to go, he's been saving since about then, if not longer. So I think I think he might make it.
If I'm these guys in this group right here, I'm gonna put that 20 truck out front, or I'm gonna put that 75 truck that showed tremendous speed to get the pole. I'm gonna put one of those guys up front, and I'm gonna line up and shove him as hard as I can, give him room in the turns, and just use that draft up.
Yeah, and it looks like the 33 is shoving the KY Colonel down into turn 3. 20 drives in deep underneath the 32, and they're going to come off turn 4 here with a run, it seems. The 20. Man, these guys are going at it.
We just saw the 55 truck about a lap ago. 55 came down pit road for his stop. 98 is potentially on the brink of going a lap down. He's not coming off turn 2. Leaders in the middle of 1 and 2. The 13 has backed it off. He is potentially saving gas as Motorsport Games, so used strategy to get 3rd place last week at Atlanta. 34 Fireman brings his truck down pit road.
20's signaling, he's pitting.
The 36 has already came down pit road. The 3 truck of Tornado is right now in pit road. The 52 is letting the leaders go. Baronate does not elect to pit. Let's see, I believe the 20 truck, the only truck to pit this time by. So
now I'm gonna say something right here. You see this black truck up here that's saving? He's riding in the racing line, cutting people off. You hate to see that right there. If you're gonna save and go seconds below, going so slow, don't block the line that's coming up. Don't block the drivers behind you.
that is actually Easy E. He has already made his pit stop. He spun around in a single car incident, so he is not saving, but he did go for a spin through the backstretch infield and already pit. So he is hopefully looking to just let the leaders go here, but he does have 4 fresh tires potentially. So I don't know how he's going to take this.
He stopped all momentum though. Those guys had to check up. The 54 almost wrecked the 33.
And as we're talking, the 20 is coming off pit road of the KY Colonel.
20 of KY
52
Colonel.
gets that thing wound up on the outside with those fresh tires. As the 33 gives a signal that he's going to pit. So
19 as well, 75 as well. Looking to see who else will pit. I could see Baronate stretching his lead out and going to take 2 tires. I could see that. Pitting his left. Oh, 32. A very high pit entry. Other 2
easy
pits.
Boys, easy boy. Oh, come
2
on,
pits.
Dang.
Good call, too. That's what the 2 needed to do of anything. If I was him, I'd just take a splash. Maybe 2 tires. Splash, no tires. He's got a heck of a gap on these guys. How many laps we got left, Slee? 7?
I believe. Sorry, we could look on the Blue Jimmy onboard. He is streaming right now. He's a lap down, I believe. Where is he at the moment?
Yeah. If I'm Baronate, I think I'm going to just go splash and go. I think these guys behind him are probably thinking we need tires to catch him. Because
I believe we have 6 to go. 6 laps to go.
Yeah, and he's off and away, and these guys are getting tires. And, I mean, rightfully so. That's the way they're going to have to catch him. But with this time that he has on them, I don't see it playing out with how many few laps of go. So,
no, he definitely made them. He's gonna make. If he doesn't win this race, he's gonna make these guys beat him. He's out there on 4 old tires, so you never know. But yeah, those guys haven't been able to line up and work together to get that track position yet. So I think the 2's in pretty good shape for this win tonight.
Right now, we're on board with your leader, and he is down pit road. 54 of Jocko.
Oh, and the 98 spins out by himself. Hope that doesn't bring out a caution.
Nope, he gets it off track.
So far off. Okay, good. I was going to hate that for the 2 truck, man, because, late race here, coming down to strategy, you got a big lead, and then a car that's been in the back spins out by itself.
At the moment, if I am correct, this is your leader. Start trying to get the Blue Jimmy on board. I believe it's 99 of Jason. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he hasn't pitted. He was saving fuel, remember?
Actually,
so that makes sense.
Okay,
could
yeah.
be wrong. I believe it's the 13 of Motorsport.
So okay.
Motorsport has also stayed out. I believe the 13 Motorsport is your leader at the moment.
Interesting. Very interesting. Wow. Yeah, this has gotten very shaken up. The field
As
is all
here he comes,
sorts of
Motorsport
shuffled.
down pit road. Looked like
Okay,
he
I
tried
was
to
gonna say.
save, was not able to.
Okay, so Baronate's in the middle of. He's actually going into turn 3 right now, and then we have Kill It just coming off 4 now. So Baronate's catching him with a head of steam, and it looks like the 98's having more problems on the apron in turn 2. He got it squared away, and we're still green.
As we're on board here, Mateo, he's in the 5th position right now. Leader was the 13 in the pits.
Now it's the 98, or the 99. Excuse me.
Yep, and that's Baronet coming off turn 2. That is your battle for the lead as we go through here, guys.
Woo!
With
Got him by straightaway. Let's
three
see
laps,
let's
laps
see.
to go. We're coming to 2 to go. Jason and Baronet, these two back at it again.
And Baronet is, I'm telling you, he is driving the wheels off that thing right now. They both got the same tires, and Jason's got a little bit of fuel, and Baronet's got just enough to get him to the end. So,
Yep, third place.
Definitely coming down to be interesting.
Third place Jocko is 6 seconds behind Baronet. Fourth place Mateo is 5.5 for Jocko, 6 for Baronet, or 6 for Mateo, excuse me, and KY is 7.5 behind Baronet. That's your top 5 and how they run. Jason right now very slow, as we now have 2 laps to go. We're coming to 1 lap to go. They come back around, and this is going to be close. I think
he's running this like Dale Jr. at Talladega, just riding the bottom line all the way around the track.
If he can get that thing wound up and get a little sniff of that draft, it's going to be close coming to that line. I promise you that.
Oh, Baronet, man, this is going to be wild going down into turn 3.
I think Jason has to kick it in high gear now. I don't think he can say 1 to go, brought to you by Speedway Collective. Will Jason get done, or will Baronet go 3 in a row?
Wow.
This is my pick. This is my pick.
As we come up turn 2, the 2 is gaining.
The 2 is gaining, but
And 99's out of gas.
99's out of gas.
Get his draft, 99, get his draft.
He is out.
And the 2's going to make it 3 in a row.
We have a good battle for third going on, but that kind of does not matter.
That's heartbreaking, because he had a solid strategy right there. Just not enough.
As we come off of turn 4, Baronet in the 2 truck goes 3 in a row and gets the job done, the California 200.
20 truck coming in second here. Oh, man, you hate to see it. We just had a truck that just straight dumped the 33 coming to the line. Let me get the number of that thing. We want to know who that was.
Here's the finishing order.
19?
The 32. No, the 32 truck.
Mateo will bring home second. Jocko in the 54, a top 3 for him. KY Colonel fourth. Wade Racer fifth. And the 33, Fireman sixth. Vega Twister 7th, Blue Jimmy 8th, Chad 9th, and Ride the Tornado 10th, with Motorsport Games in 11th, Kilt Like Jason 12th, 13th Easy E, and rounding out the field, Pro Ripper in 14th. Unbelievable finish tonight, as Pro Ripper just now coming across the line, but your winner in 3 weeks in a row, Baronet, putting on total domination tonight, and chose the right strategy to get it done.
Yep, he had just enough to get past him.
We might need to trade in a Grand National driver for this Baronet kid. Get him up there with us in the Xfinity Series. We might be looking at him, Slade.
Oh, he's already, dude. Us at Wood Brothers already have that scattered out. I don't you have to worry about that.
Well, you know how we do things around here. By the seat of our pants.
In the Chevy camp, you Chevys. Yeah, apparently there is some bad blood going on. 34 and the 33 are not happy with each other.
So I'm guessing that might have been the spin out the line.
I think it was 2 black trucks actually that got
Chad,
into each other.
Chad as well. There's been some bad blood going on, but fast lap of the race goes to Jason. 39, 7-3-2. fast up the race with a 787 from Vega. And those two actually killed everybody else. The only two guys in the 7s or the 8s. We're actually going to get these guys invites real quick, but I want to see the leaderboard, see if those guys did anything with the leaderboard.
Peripheral with a 40.674 Scorcher.
Well, Pierre said our Cup driver Fluffy was testing with these guys as he ran a 39.6 today. So it looks like Fluffy was helping these guys out a lot. But let's see, 39.732 was the best of the race, and does not go to the top 10 on the leaderboard. Hey, look at that, from the back, is 6th on the leaderboard. I don't know how he got there with a 39.661.
I've been there for years, buddy, years.
This game's been out for about 10 months, so anyway, we're going to get these guys in here real quick. As I think Will wanted me to do that just so that he could show off his blazing
Oh no, I didn't even know. I don't pay attention to the quick laps. I try to be there at the end, but yeah, my name's on quite a few of those boards there at P1. And if anybody doesn't know out there, this is Slade Gravitt, Mr. P1, first round draft pick ever in the NASCAR.
All right, turn him off. But we're going to get these guys in the party real quick because these guys, I'm sure, would love an interview. We're going to get, let's see, I guess I got to go for Jocko, who is it, Jocko, KY, and Baronate? Or Jocko Mateo, sorry, Jocko Mateo. Baronate. And they cannot hear you, unfortunately, because I'm still inviting people. Good thing you can hear Will. And Baronate. Alright, all three have been invited. We're going to get third place going here first. 54 of Jocko, who climbed his way into the top 7 in the standings after last week at Atlanta. And once again comes in with a top 3, as we're going to wait for all 3 drivers to get in here before we make the usual announcement, as all we have is Mateo at the moment. As we now have the winner and the second place car. We're just waiting on third.
It might be a little slower than the other two.
Yeah, I'm gonna go similar invite 54. I believe I got its PSN, right? 1719? Yeah, Jocko 1719, okay. Jocko in the 54. Oh, he's here. Come on. All right. Mateo, Baronate, Jocko, please make sure your party audios are set to allow for this party. Always allow whatever you have to do. We're going to start with third place here at Jocko. Jocko stole the Stage 2 win after a crazy Turn 2 incident, and with great strategy was able to go into the third place finishing position and getting you some great points today. Go us through your race, man.
Oh yeah, it was pretty fun. I got hit in the first turn of the race, so I didn't get any stage points in stage 1, but I was able to make it up through the field in stage 2 and got really lucky.
That was a crazy wreck, which I believe one of the competitors in here was one of the main people to get taken out during that. But you showed speed once again at Atlanta. You had a great run. It got you into the top 7 in the standings, if I'm not mistaken. And tonight, with a P3 finish and a Stage 2 win, puts you even higher in the point standings. What is your outlook going on to, I believe, I got to get the schedule. Actually, I have not seen where y'all are at next week. Going into Kansas. Excuse me. Going into Kansas.
Oh, I have no idea. I'm going to have to practice for that race. I'm pretty new to custom setups, so...
Pretty new, but you're doing a good job. Any of our co-commentators have any questions for our third place finisher in the 54?
Yeah, man. How hairy was it trying to come up through that field? Since I seen you do it a couple times. How much action was going on coming through there?
Yeah, it was really crazy because people just got massive runs and they just took them all the time, and that was kind of the hardest part, managing when to go and when to let off. But I think I did that pretty well.
Runner, do you have any
man,
questions? Oh, sorry.
Sure did. Good win or good finish.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, man, you were my pick, and I was curious what happened in the first stage. I saw you. I think you rounded out the field. Actually, I think something happened, and I just didn't know what exactly it was. So if you don't mind, just filling us in on that one.
Yeah. I had a full lane under the 34. He drove me on the apron, and it turned my truck sideways. I was able to save it, and it just put me in last. But I was able to get up to 10th, I believe, is stage 1.
Nice, man. Yeah. I was gonna say you had a good recovery, and then right off the bat in stage 2, you were right up in the top 5. So you were my pick. So congrats on the 3rd place finish. Good job, man.
Thank you.
Yep, that was Jocko, the number 54 truck in the Speedway Collective Truck Series, getting his first top 3 of the season. Next up, we go to Mateo in the number 19 truck. Mateo, do you have a copy?
I do.
All right, Mateo. Once again, had a great race tonight. Look, you got had a lot of beating and banging throughout the pack, and was able to come in with a the second place finish in great fashion, having a good battle with Jocko at the very end. Walk us through your race.
Yeah, so I felt like I had a really good car to be up front, but I was trying not to bump or trying not to wreck anybody, so I stayed in the back most of the race. And I hope that someone would hit the apron or something and slide up, and I can gain positions by undercutting the corner. And yeah, stage 3, just deciding to hang in the back. Once again, hope someone would hit the apron, and I took 2 tires, final stop, and gained a couple spots out of it, and I finished 2nd.
That's what it seemed to be at the very end of that race, because you had Baronet who took fuel only, able to come in with a win. Then you had the 2 tire guys, yourself, Jocko, I believe there's a few others, who then separated yourselves from the rest of the field, and then the 4 tire takers. When did you decide to take 2 tires? Was it kind of like, we're going to have this many laps to go, we're taking 2 no matter what, or was it kind of like a last-second decision?
I just knew I had enough to get to the end on 2 tires where I had enough speed in the truck where I can move up or go fast.
Yeah, gotcha. Anybody else had a question for our second place finisher?
Not at all.
No, I was just gonna say, MJ, it just seemed like you were just very patient, and for as patient as you could be, because I did see you sitting kind of in the back of that top 6, top 7 group, top 8 even at some points, but you were just kind of just chilling, waiting to see like who was gonna do what and who was gonna run who up the track kind of thing. So props to you, because it's not always easy to be patient when you're sitting that close to the lead. But congrats on the second place finish, and that strategy played out really well for you, man.
Thank you.
Congratulations, buddy, on your second place finish.
Yep, that was number 19, Mateo, getting another top 3. I believe that is your second of the season. I could be wrong on that. But congrats on your second place finish, and we'll look to see you at Kansas.
Thank you.
Last but not least, he has enjoyed being the final interviewee, if you will, for 3 weeks in a row. Baronet, 3 weeks in a row, wins the race in very exciting fashion. We did not know when the 99 was going to run out, or if he was going to run out, but you were able to pull the right strategy, taking no tires, and get the win. Walk us through your race.
Oh yeah, the first stage was pretty interesting. A lot of aggressive moves and stuff. Me and Blue Jimmy had a good battle right down to the end of it. Took the stage 1 win. Stage 2, a 33 truck got up there, and man, he was fast, but he made questionable moves at times. But it's okay. I mean, I'm an aggressive driver. You know, I understand. You know, when you're up front, you want to stay there. You want to make moves. So, you know, I'm not targeting anybody. I'm okay with that. He hit the apron entering 1, and it just killed the field. I fell back down to 6th, and it ended stage 2. There's the manual caution in the final stage.
Surprise manual caution. Yep.
Yeah, surprise manual caution. I didn't expect that one.
Yeah, y'all had green, seven green, yellow flag caution laps out there. from where the caution should have started.
Yeah, it was crazy. But that last stage, I somehow got out front and pulled away a little bit, and they were racing, so I was just like down to run it out until the end. I looked at my tire wear; it wasn't too bad. It was below 50, but we had 6 laps to go. I just said, whatever. I'll take no fuel, no tires, and we were like 5 seconds ahead of Mateo, and then Jason in the 99. Wow. That surprised me. I didn't think he could stretch it that far. I know Motorsports in the 13, he was shifting it down to neutral, and even he couldn't make it. So, the 99 was running the bottom all around the track, and with us being on even tires, it made it a little difficult to catch him. But I was able to get him. He ran out, I think, at Alpha 2. So, yeah, 3 in a row. It's awesome. Racking up the playoff points. Didn't have a great qualifying run, but we got a finish that we like. So.
Yeah, well, we actually noticed that when the 33 jumped, he was actually making a couple blocks and holding the field a little more aggressive than what we look for, as in putting on a good show, a good race. But you come out of there and got you a 3rd win in a row. I'm gonna go ahead and let you know, and nobody's ever did that here at Midnight in any series, so that's something to be proud of.
All right,
3 wins in a row, man. Congrats.
I think back-to-back's even questionable. I don't think we have any. The only
that's
series.
what I'm saying. Back-to-back, man. That's what I'm talking about.
I don't even think, Runner, if you have any questions for Baronate, go ahead and ask them while I look up this stat here to see if we have this.
Yeah, I don't have any questions. I had a blast watching you guys race again. I couldn't make it into the booth last week, but man, it's fun watching you guys race, and some of the moves you guys are making. Not all of y'all, but some of y'all are making are pretty pretty wild. But it just seemed like your truck was just hooked up, and you could take it where you want it, and you could run that outside line and carry that momentum off the corners like no one else could. And I really think that had a lot to do with you getting away from those guys. So congratulations, man. 3 in a row is incredible. 2 in a row is incredible, let alone 3. So good job, man, and hope to see you in the National Series soon.
Yeah, that fresh air was king tonight for that 2 truck, that's for sure. As soon as it got up there and got free, those guys weren't going to stop battling. We seen you just keep getting deeper and deeper out front of that field. We'd like to see a little cleaner race, back a little deeper in the pack, a little more giving than taking. Keep the momentum going, but guys will learn that on up through the ranks here, that you want to keep the momentum of the pack going. That way everything can develop, and it's all right to let off that gas pedal every now and then.
As I'm looking through this, the only stats that we have kind of tracked everything is our Pocono Raceway Cup Series, and the only time somebody has went back-to-back in races was Season 2, the final 2 races of Season 2. Max Boost, Maxwell Castro, known in the Pro League, went back-to-back at Kansas and Pocono to win the championship. And that was the only time on record that we had that somebody went back-to-back. So this will be the first time that somebody has went 3 in a row for an MBN series event.
Cool deal.
It's awesome.
Well, Baronate, thank you for your time in the booth. Once again, I'm sure you're loving this this booth time and talking to us for a few minutes after each race.
Right?
This is Baronate, driver number 2 truck in the Speedway Collective Truck Series for the Midnight Broadcast Network. Congrats on your win once again, and we can't wait to see what you got at Kansas.
All right. Appreciate you.
Well, Will, Runner, can we get any final thoughts from you guys? We'll start off with Will, because you are very entertaining with what you got to say, so I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah. I was going to call a few guys out, like the 98 truck, 33 truck for questionable moves. This is, here at Midnight, we like to think of our drivers and everything as we're a top tier. So our truck series, even though it's a truck series, it might be the 3rd series that we have, but we like to race. Those guys have an aggressive but a very clean race. It's more entertaining. I'd like to see them clean it up some. There were some questionable moves, but also some questionable issues that was going on in the pack, that, like the staying out on 11-lap old tires with 3 laps of fuel just to cause a caution. Like stuff like that. If we can get that stuff cleaned up, you guys will have a lot more fun. then we can get some more of you guys up in the Xfinity Series, with the Grand National Series this season.
Ronald, do you have any post-race comments, concerns?
Yeah, no, just a fun race as always. I say no, and now I'm going to comment anyway. But no, it was a fun race, man. I enjoyed coming into the booth and kind of seeing the other side of things, because typically I'm racing. But it was a good race. You could really see the guys who understand that, keeping your nose clean and letting off, backing up your corners, getting runs off. Those are the guys that come to the front as we talk about comers and goers. The people who understand and the drivers who understand that, driving in and dooring someone, that's actually slowing you down rather than just backing up your corner maybe a second earlier and diving it down in the corner, and you get that run off the corner and take it down to the next turn, and everyone's fine. There won't be any issues, So I'd like to see that a little bit more, and no one's perfect. It happens, and sometimes you make a mistake, but there were some definitely questionable moves. But other than that, man, these guys are doing a great job. They got a lot to prove, like Will said, and they definitely want to improve. So I'm sure as the season goes on, things will clean up.
For sure. These guys, you have to think about this. These are the first few races, just in general this season. But these guys are racing in a group. There's a few guys in the field. I know Mateo, Baronate, Jocko, Blue Jimmy. I know they race together in the Carnation League or in Carnation Cup Series events. I could be wrong on that. I do know most of those guys are associated with that. I believe it's Vega, Fireman. I think they work together. Chad and Wade, they work together. So a lot of these guys have raced together, but there's a lot of guys that have come together and raced as a whole pack, 15, 16, 14 cars as we saw tonight, trucks, excuse me. But so these first few races, even on to Kansas next week, will be some testers to see who belongs where, and it's already going to show that when you have a guy like Jason, who is a pretty good National Series driver, he is the guy that I can say, it's good to have him in the Truck Series, so we can show what our Truck Series guys, what their competition is going to be when going to the National Series, if they get moved up. And Baronite has went out here, and he's ran with Jason week in, week out, and has shown he has what it takes to move up to the next series. And we will potentially see him in some hot seats for the MBN National Series in the coming weeks. But with that, it's been myself, Sled Gravett, alongside Will Mosley and Runner Rhodes. Thank you guys for tuning in for another MBN Speedway Collective Truck Series event. We'll catch you guys, us three in the booth, next Friday at Kansas. We will be off Monday. The National Series is off Monday, but you will see the Cup Series in action Tuesday at Martinsville at the Paperclip. So that's going to be a exciting race, to say the least, as you will see Will win that race next week.
I'm not so sure you'll see me win that race because I don't even know what track it is, but it's probably a pretty good chance I'll be in the top three.
Top three at Martinsville.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to spank guys on the pamper and put them back on the porch. Never mind. We got a banger coming to Martinsville. You better strap your damn Honda device up.
You love to see it. I will be in the booth for that race as always. But once again, guys, thank you for tuning in tonight's race. It was a lot of fun calling the race with these guys once again.
I'm going to mute up right quick.
Gotcha. We'll make sure to follow us on Twitter at @team_MBN and make sure to follow our sponsor, Speedway Collective, on Twitter at SC Fantasy Racing. We'll catch you guys, like I said, next Thursday at Kansas. Once again, another exciting event. Y'all have a good one and have a good night.